Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Thursday, May 31st. Thank you for tuning in. Got the final day of May, so I thought I'd do a video for you all. I'm going to give you some news from Sprint, a little bit about the T-Mobile Sprint merger, some developments there, some 5G standards news, a little bit from the FCC, Motorola, then some hardware news, Android One, Qualcomm, Essential Phone, and then some leaks and rumors about the new generation of Pixel devices we're expecting later on this year. So I'll just go ahead and jump right into it with some Sprint news. CEO Marcelo Clore, CEO since 2014, has officially stepped down as of today. Previously the CEO, he's now going to be officially beginning his tenure as the executive chairman of Sprint. The CFO, the current CFO, is going to step in as the new CEO, previously working at a French telecom. I think his last name is Combs. So that has officially taken place. In terms of merger news from Sprint and T-Mobile, the U.S. Senate panel is going to finally hold its first hearing, scheduled for late June, I believe June 27th. What they're going to be doing in this meeting is they're going to be assessing if this merger is going to be helping consumers or not. The Sprint CEO will be there, the new one. The T-Mobile CEO will probably be there as well, definitely. This is a pretty huge step towards the merger. We'll see, and we'll kind of feel the perspective of the officials that are reviewing this initially. Verizon and AT&T are very, very powerful. You've got that looming. They might have some influence in this. China, with the 5G race, that might be something, that might be influential in this decision. Helping out rural consumers, all the arguments that have been presented up to this point. We'll see where that kind of manifests itself with this panel and see what they think. You've also got the health concerns, all these different small cells, microcells, millimeter waves, frequencies. In terms of radiation, none of this stuff has been tested. We'll see where their heads are at in terms of what they think and their perspectives. So I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel on that meeting. Moving over some 5G standards news. The official 5G Phase 1 standards meeting is going to be held in June. There's going to be a lot of production of semiconductor and antenna productions. They're definitely going to be increasing exponentially after this date. Contracts are definitely going to continue to boom, probably even faster than before. Installations will go ahead and be accelerated as well. We're going to see rapid progress there in installs. So I'll keep you guys posted when I see and hear more from that meeting. Some Motorola news. Motorola is going to now produce a 5G mod. For those of you familiar with the modular smartphone maker, they've got a portfolio of additional hardware you can add to some of their compatible models, like the Z series devices. So the Moto Z lineup and the Moto Z Play lineup, Force, stuff like that. They've got these battery mods, speaker mods, wireless charging mods. You just slap them onto the device and it gives them these really awesome capabilities. They're really, really cool features. I like the hardware, but they're completely proprietary. They kind of add them to the back of the device and they attach to these pins. Very, very pricey. I'm interested in the 5G mod. I want to see what that looks like and how exactly it works. So I'll keep you guys posted here on the channel if you're interested in that. Switching back over to FCC news, they're ready to put some 5G spectrum on the July agenda. So very shortly, I want to say it's about a month and a half away. They're going to be meeting and deciding if they're going to be using this 3.7 to 4.2 gigahertz band spectrum. I think it's often referred to as C-band. They're going to be, trying to auction off apparently about 100 to 500 megahertz of the spectrum for usage. I believe it was previously used for video programming. Telecoms might be interested in this, so I'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Now I'm going to switch over to some hardware news. This is some news from the new Android One devices that are actually coming to the U.S. This one is going to be made by Alcatel, sold on Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, and available, I think, next week through Amazon. So it's going to be $100 unlocked, only GSM compatibility. So if you're on Verizon or Sprint, it's not going to be compatible. It's going to have a MediaTek processor, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gigs of storage, 480p display, 5.3 inches. It's a real basic phone, but if you're looking for something Android One, this device should run it very smoothly, mostly Google apps and stuff like that. They have modified versions of the apps. So it might be something to consider, only $100. And then there's some new Project Fi devices now compatible with the network, the Moto G6, the LG G7 ThinQ, and the LG V35 ThinQ. The G6 is going to be sold for $200 or $8.29 per month through Project Fi. The LG G7 will be sold for $749 or $31.20 per month, and the V35 ThinQ will be sold for $899 for the outright price, or $37.46 for monthly payments. So some new devices there if anybody's interested in Project Fi services. Switching over to some hardware from Qualcomm, their Snapdragon series of SoCs. They're going to be rolling out the Snapdragon 710 this quarter. It's supposed to be a flagship performance processor, but it's going to help with pricing a little bit more affordable. So it's going to be really good on gaming, excellent LTE capabilities. It's going to be utilizing 6 low-end cores and 2 power cores to do all the heavy lifting. It's supposed to have like a 600 series Adreno GPU. It's supposed to fit somewhere between the 600 and 800 series. It's going to have a lot of cool features, an X15 LTE modem, 4K HDR video playback. You know, it's going to bring down the cost, but it's still going to give you the flagship performances at mid-range prices. So it's supposed to be really powerful, but still battery efficient and cost effective. I'm hearing it's going to have 800 megabits per second of LTE. It can take advantage of 4x4 MIMO tech, LAA spectrum compatibility, Bluetooth 5, Qualcomm Quick Charge 4.0. Expect it very soon, probably in some devices here within this quarter. Switching over to some sad news, the Essential company that makes the Essential phone is looking to sell, looking for a potential buyout, maybe even going through bankruptcy. The founder of Android, Andy Rubin, who founded this company as well, he's seeing some pretty tough financial times. He's also got a misconduct issue at the workplace. I know that's been going on. But pretty much the device, the Essential phone, the first device, flopped completely. I remember when the device had only sold like 200 or 250,000 units. So they're going to be looking to sell or get a buyout or an acquisition or bankruptcy or something. So sad news there. And the last thing I want to show you guys, which is right here on the screen, leaks and rumors of the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL devices this year. We're expecting them in quarter 3, quarter 4 of 2018. Now, we've got 3 things to consider. Number 1, the devices, it's been confirmed, are probably going to be built by Foxconn, the same makers or assemblers and producers of the iPhones. So on the left, you have the 5-inch display screen protector and the 6-inch screen protector there on the right. And previously HTC had made the 5-inch, the smaller model, and LG was making the larger one. It looks like Google wants to be more hands-on with the design. So this year Google purchased a lot of HTC's design talent. They had a $1.1 billion acquisition of those employees. They had issues with the Google Pixel XL2 displays, and it looks to me like they're just ready to go ahead and go to war with the Apple iPhone. We're expecting this in October of this year. There might even be a third device, so those are some things that we're seeing there. The second piece of info we have is Verizon is going to be the exclusive carrier of this phone again. You can still buy it from Google directly, or you can buy it through Project Fi. And then the last thing here, just looking at these screen protectors. If you look at the device screen protector on the left, that's definitely going to be the 5-inch display model. Much smaller bezels than the last 2 generations. So that's a great improvement. You could see the dual speakers. You could see there's a ton of sensors at the top. Maybe that's 2 cameras and some type of camera tech that's going to allow you to do some kind of face unlock. Who knows? Potentially that could be what it is. Now, if you look on the right, that's the interesting part. You see a notch on the larger display model. And it does still retain a large chin at the bottom, which seems like it's counterintuitive. Still has the similar setup for the dual firing speakers as the smaller one. Has the same type of sensors as well. What we do know is after a lot of people have downloaded the Android P Developer Edition for the new upcoming software that'll be released with these phones, is that it's got notch support built into Android, and it also gives you the ability to disable the notch, basically rendering those top 2 corners, right and left, just to be blacked out. So if you don't like the notch, you can kind of eliminate it. Now, if you ask me, I think that design, the whole notch design, personally, I think it's ugly. I don't like it. I didn't like it on the iPhone 10. I don't like it on any phone, but that seems to be the trend and what everybody's doing now. So I'm kind of upset and bummed out to see that. I like the design on the left better, but I know a bigger display, a bigger battery, an overall probably better experience there. I would probably disable it if I was to purchase that device. But give me your thoughts and opinions on anything I covered in the video, specifically these screen protectors and kind of what this means for the devices that are coming from the Google Pixels near the end of this year. I'm always excited for them. I don't know if you guys are, but let me know what your thoughts and opinions are, anything I presented in today's video. It's a long one. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. I appreciate your viewership. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you again, as always. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.